What's your favorite interview question when you're interviewing somebody for a job?
On a scale of 1 to 10, how lucky do you think you are?
Nice. Where'd you get that from?
When I interviewed at Airbnb, the founder asked me it.
It's the Jeff Bezos question.
Did
He was I think the originator of it, or made it popular at least. They asked
cool.
Jeff Bezos, what's your favorite question? He said this, and now
Joe
a bunch of
Gebbia
us have stole this.
Joe Gebbia asked me it, and I told him a 9 or a 10, and he said why, and I explained to him why, and I go, why'd you ask me that? He goes, people who say they're really lucky are the people I want to be around. Right. I was like, why do you think that? And he goes, well, if you think you're lucky, you must be talented and things just fall in your place, or you actually are lucky. And I want to surround myself with lucky people. I don't want to be around unlucky people.
Yeah. The specific of the question is, how lucky of a person do you think you are? 1 to 10. 1, 2, 3 is like, I'm not very lucky. I don't consider myself a lucky person. 4, 5, 6 is, I think I'm decently lucky, average. And I think I know why, or sorry, I don't know why. That's just how it is. And then the sort of the 8, 9, 10s are, I consider myself a very lucky person, and here's why. And you want people who are either, if luck is a thing, you want them around you, just like he said. Or if they're not, you want people who are optimistic. And, when you're building a young business, you need optimistic people. And then the why part is interesting, too, because some people know how to engineer serendipity. They know how to engineer lucky situations for themselves, or they're looking out for situations where they may be getting lucky and pounce on those opportunities. And that's, again, somebody you want in an early business.
And then I'm going to ask you the same question, and I think I know what yours is, but I'm going to say another one that is deadly. I love this question. And this is when you back channel on someone and you want to ask about, so let's say I'm interviewing Henry and you're his old boss. And
Reference check.
I'll go, Sean, what would you give Henry out of 10? Just say a number.
I'll give Henry a 7.
Okay. And you're going to give him a 7 because you don't want to completely shit on him, but
right.
You also want to be realistic. And so I would say, okay, well, what can he do to get the remaining 3 points? What can make him a perfect 10? That is the only way I've ever found to get critical feedback on a person, other than saying, what are they bad at? Well, they're pretty good. Or like, right. That's what they'll always say.
Yeah,
that's
for sure. Because people, like you said, want to be polite. And then people also don't want to lie
right.
based on their own experience.
That is the best way I've ever found to get it.
Love it.
Okay, yours.
Good reference check question for that specific thing.
Yeah, I know what it is, and you should tell it.
I don't remember what, because I've told a story once, but I don't even remember what it was. The founder of Second Life told me once
who you are, who you want to be, or
this one. Yeah, this is a good one. Yeah, I love questions like this. I asked this in job interviews, but I also just asked this in social situations to be awkward. Say, hey, we're gonna play a little game. I want you to fill in the blank. First thing that comes to mind. First answer, best answer. I'm gonna say the first part. You finish it, and I'll say. Life is all right. Alan, let's play. All right, sorry, Henry, you have the mic. So let's play. First answer, best answer. Answer as you go. Life is. Great. People are.
Tough.
I am.
Henry.
Oh, okay. The middle one was the only good one.
Yeah. So and then you use it to sort of have a little bit of a conversation. You try not to judge people too much off the top of the mind, but I actually just think this is useful for yourself. So this is like your core outlook. It's like. What's life? And you said life is great. Cool. Optimistic, sort of grateful person. Then you said people are tough. That's interesting. Why'd you say people are tough?
Do you have a girlfriend?
Yeah, I do.
Are you guys at a good spot?
You dealing with some stuff right now?
You are?
Yeah, totally.
That's what I
What's a situation where people have been tough? Tough to deal with?
I don't know. Right now I'm trying to like figure out where I'm going and figure out what job I am ultimately gonna career I'm gonna do, and it's just tough, just communicating with other people and getting them to realize what you want and making them see what you see in yourself, I guess.
People are tough to persuade or tough to get on your page.
That's a great question. You totally have you could see what he struggles with and values.
Yeah, and then the last one, which is I am, and you went with Henry, which
That's
is a
lame
very
answer.
literal answer.
Yeah.
If you were going to do another one, what would it be? I am. Okay. And then the second question I'll kind of ask is, so I usually pause there. I do the psychoanalysis, and then a couple things happen. People are like, oh, okay. And they just want to leave because they feel so uncomfortable. Or they'll be like, what are yours? Cool. I like that. That's a good sign when you ask, what are yours? And then I'll tell them mine, and then they'll do the same thing back to me. And the last question is like, I tell them, I said, one thing I did was I did those answers top of mind, and I didn't really like what I said. And then I just reassessed it. I was like, what do I think the answer should be for me? Like, what do I want my answers to be? What do I want my outlook of life, people, and myself to be, right? What do I want my mental model to be? And then I revised it. And then the best people come back a few days later, and they're like, hey, by the way, I came up with my own, and here's mine. And those are the people I'm like, I'm going to be friends with you for a long, long time because you're like me. You like to do this stuff.